Hello everyone, welcome to my channel ServiceNow X Factor. Are you preparing for ServiceNow interview and wondering how to answer integration related questions? Do terms like integration hub, spokes and webhooks sound tricky? Don't worry, I've got it all covered here for you in this video, so stay tuned till the end. In this video, we are diving deep into ServiceNow and Slack integration using the Slack webhook spoke. We will refer to Slack documentation to build connection between the Slack application and the ServiceNow application. You'll learn the key concepts, real-world use case, and practical steps to make ServiceNow talk to Slack seamlessly. By the end, you will not only be able to set up the integration, but also confidently answer interview questions about it. So stick around and let's make integrations easy. What is integration? Integration is the process of connecting the ServiceNow platform with other external systems and applications or data sources like Slack, Jira, Splunk, Salesforce, and so on. So imagine you have two friends who speak in different languages. One speaks English and the other speaks French. They need to communicate with each other, but they don't understand each other. Now, what if you had a translator who could help them talk seamlessly? That's exactly what integration does in ServiceNow. ServiceNow doesn't work alone. It often needs to talk to other applications like Slack, Jira, Splunk, Salesforce, AWS, etc. Integration is simply the process of making ServiceNow exchange information with these external systems smoothly. There are two types of integrations: inbound integrations and outbound integration. Who is making the call or request for the information? This answers whether the integration is an inbound integration or an outbound integration. If other system requesting for information from the ServiceNow platform, it is outbound integration. If ServiceNow is making request for information from the external application or systems, it is inbound integration. So in the inbound integration, you see ServiceNow makes the request to the external application or database and it gets response in return. In outbound integration, external applications request ServiceNow for information and ServiceNow processes the information and gives a response to the external applications. Both the methods are different and are handled differently in integration. In this video, we will talk about integration hub and spokes. So let's dive into integration hub now. What is integration hub? Integration hub is a tool that connects the workflows to the business system and automates the process across the enterprises. It is the part of Now platform and is designed to be easy to use and cost effective. Imagine you have a universal remote control that works with your TV, AC, and music system. Integration is like that remote. It comes with pre-built connectors, which we will talk about now after this, to integrate ServiceNow with other applications effortlessly. Example, instead of coding everything from scratch, you can use a Slack webhook spoke to send notifications from ServiceNow to Slack, which is what we will be doing in this video. So stay tuned till the end. It is best for quick low-code integrations with popular apps like Zoom, Jira, and AWS. It's like using a plug-and-play charger that works with all phones instead of carrying separate chargers for each brand. The pre-built processes that we were talking about, which is provided by the Integration Hub, is spokes. So what is spokes? Spokes are collection of actions subflows, and files that connects ServiceNow to the other systems. Spokes are used in ServiceNow Integration Hub. The spoke that we will be using today is Slack Webhook Spoke. You can think of spokes as pre-built Lego blocks for integration. Instead of building from scratch, you just pick the right block, that is the right spoke, and use its predefined actions to automate your integration workflow. Each spoke contains actions, tasks it can perform. Example, in Slack, it has an action that you can post a message in the Slack channel. Each spoke contains authentication settings that securely connects ServiceNow to other platforms, and we will see how we will use Slack documentation to build this authenticated safe connection between Slack Webhook and ServiceNow platform. All the spoke contains predefined API calls, so you do not need to manually write the API requests, which is what makes using Integration Hub or spokes cost-effective integration for the client. So now, before starting the practicals, let's talk about the webhook. What is a webhook? Incoming webhooks are a simple way to post messages from external sources into Slack system, and we will use this to post messages from ServiceNow platform. These incoming webhooks use HTTP requests. It enables you simple integrations to post a message or to post change, incident, or problem details from ServiceNow platform to Slack. How it will be helpful? Just imagine you have created a workflow where it is required that as soon as any critical incident is reported or is created in the system, it needs to be sent into the Slack channel to inform each and everyone in the Slack channel that this particular incident with such and such details, suppose the number of the incident is given, the short description is provided, and whom it is assigned to is provided. So with these details, it will send a message in the Slack to all the members of that channel that this particular critical incident has just occurred and needs immediate attention. So first thing first, we will create a Slack channel, and if you do not have an account, you have to create a Slack account first. So let's go to slack.com, get started. Give your work email, or you can use continue with Google. So now you will get this create your workspace. Click on create workspace tab. Company name, you can give anything. Now give your name. We do not need to add anyone here right now, so I'll just skip this step. And start with limited free version. So here we are. We need to create a channel. Let's name our channel new demo. Just a simple name to remember. And now we will go to Slack Help Center using this URL to go through the document and see how we can build connection between the Slack, webhook, and the ServiceNow platform. If you are preparing for ServiceNow certifications and interview, you can go to examhelpdesk.com for mock test and test your knowledge there. Link of the web page is provided in the description below. Happy learning. Let's paste the URL and we are here in the Slack API documentation, which says sending messages using incoming webhooks. How we can do that. So here, first we needed to create a Slack app. We have done that already. Now we have to enable incoming webhooks. So now let's click on management dashboard, create new app from scratch. Demo test is the name and workspace demo for test. So now we have created an app. Scroll down. Under the features, you can see there is an option called incoming webhooks, and we have to activate incoming webhooks. So let's go to incoming webhooks and let's activate incoming webhooks. This is what was expected. Next step is create an incoming webhook. Now that it is enabled, we will add new webhook to workspace. So we will just click on that link. So we will click on the link which is given below, add a new webhook to workspace. So this is how we will follow the documentation so that we know how we can build connection for integration between the two systems. So demo test is requesting permission to access this. New demo, this was the name. So this is what it is, and now success. So congratulations, you have your webhook URL here. You can copy it and paste it in your notepad because we are going to use it in the ServiceNow platform now. So I have taken the note of it and I will just keep it for my reference. So now we are here in a ServiceNow developer instance. Let's go to application navigator, search for flow designer. Under process automation, click on flow designer. Now finally we are going to create a flow where we will use the webhook and we will use the URL that we have just created using the Slack app. So click on new. Important interview questions that they ask is normally related to practical use of integration. So it is rare that someone is going to ask you what is inbound integration, but they will want to ask you more about have you done any integration, what do you understand by outbound integration, what is the what are the steps that you follow when you have to do outbound integration. Like for outbound integration, we have to create a REST message. If you are using REST API, so which method do you use, REST API or SOAP API? So let's go ahead with creating this flow that we have been talking about all this time, a demo flow for Slack. Just copy this. Integration. Perfect. Normally it is advisable to use the application that you are working for. Global is not recommended. Here we will just keep it global. For the one who are new to Flow Designer, this is how it looks. And a flow always starts with trigger, and trigger can be of 3 types. It can be from a record that is created or updated. It can be because of scheduled job on a daily, monthly, repeated basis, or we will use run once. And third is application, like for inbound email, REST API asynchronous, service catalog can be a trigger, SLA task. So for this demo purpose, we are going to use scheduled run once, and I'll just use any future date and time, doesn't matter. Done. And in the action, see here, you can say under the installed spokes, those who are already using Flow Designer, they know that we already use a very basic installed spoke for designing our flow, and that is ServiceNow core, to ask for approval, create record task. Here, scroll down. You see there are so many spokes, and these spokes are nothing but predefined steps of integration with these systems, the name of which you can see here. And here we have Slack webhooks. So select Slack webhooks, and it is asking me, what do you want to do using this? Do you want to post a message? As I said, these predefined steps have already defined set of actions given. So whatever is given here, you can use it without any need of coding here. So spokes have their defined actions, and you have to use spoke if your requirement is restricted to only these actions that have been already provided in the spokes. So suppose I want first that a message to be sent using Slack webhook. So it is asking me for webhook URL. So as we have already created one, we will just copy paste it. So copy from here and paste it here. Done. Next, what message do you want to send? Please take immediate action on the following. Then your username, it can be anything. I'm giving Slackm or Slack bot if you want, and channel that we have used here needs to be given, that is #new demo. So I'll just copy paste. It's always better to copy paste to avoid any error. So this is the message that I want. And one more thing that I want to say here is this message will be a real-time message that will be sent. So as soon as I'll test this particular action that we have created here in the flow, you'll see the message will immediately be displayed there. So done. Perfect. So let's test. We should always, so it is recommended whenever you are creating a flow in the Flow Designer, you should test each and every flow then and there. So we'll just click on test and run the test. We will not run it in the background, we can do that, but I want you to show on the screen how it is going to process it, how much time it takes. Now see, it says your test has finished running, view the execution details. Yes, I want to view the execution details to see what happened and if it is successful. So it says it is completed and green means it is successful. Perfect. So according to this, it says it has sent the action, it is successful and your message has been sent. So just let us go to Slack and see the message that we have just sent. And here you can see, please take immediate action on the following. This is what we wrote in the message. So let us now do another thing. Let's go to the flow, and this time I will just delete this flow, this action, and I'll do another action where I want first to give the information about, suppose, a critical incident. So again, let's go and copy this, paste your webhook URL, and whichever incident you have to say. So suppose you're working on 8111 and you want this particular incident details to be sent. Which field do you want to send? So suppose I want number and short description. That's it. I just want these two things, and maybe caller ID. Okay, and a message along with that we can send here, so we do not have to give another action about posting a message to Slack. So I'll just write here, this incident needs attention. Immediate attention. Please get back to me on this ASAP. Suppose this is what my message is, and I'll just copy the channel. I'll just copy the channel and put it here. Username, suppose I'm giving this only the same that I have used, Slack bot or Slack cam, whatever you want to, and done. So let's see how the test goes. See, since my notification is on, so as soon as the messages are sent, we hear the noise, the sound of the notification. So let's go and see what happened. So it says incident details have been sent. Okay, perfect. So let's go to our system and see. So here it is. This incident needs immediate attention. Please get back to me on this ASAP. Incident number is this, short description, and caller is whoever has called, and caller is system administrator. So okay, by chance this particular incident is also raised by the system administrator, it could have been something else. Okay, and so now you see, it is so easy to inform each and everyone in the channel, keep them in loop of what you're working on, only by using Flow Designer and Spokes. So this is all about this video. We have seen how we integrated ServiceNow platform with the Slack application, and how we sent messages using the Spoke that ServiceNow platform provides us. That was Slack, Webhook, Spoke. And we have learned about what is integration hub, what are spokes, what is integration, two types of integration. I have tried to explain all these concepts in layman language as much as possible so that every student can connect with it. I hope this video has been informative. Especially I tried to go through the documentation which I could have done myself and just have shown you that from this particular location you will just go and get the URL and paste it. Instead of that, I tried to go through the documentation with you so that I can show you how you can refer to the documentation of another app if you want to integrate it using spokes in the ServiceNow platform. So I hope this video has been learning for every one of you. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends who are learning ServiceNow. Thank you for watching.